Hold on, let's cut.
If you're gonna have this conversation, let's have a conversation. My dad made more than enough, but my mom just wanted to work. She didn't want to hang out with me. That's like the way a kid views it. So I had nannies that took care of me. Question there's no answer to. It's the answer is if you're scared of that, don't get married.
Guys, so I have my husband here with me. I always come here on YouTube talking about my experience as a mom, how marriage life is like, and just sharing more about my life on here. I really want to have my husband on here and me ask him some questions because I want him to share his perspective on fatherhood, on marriage. How did you know that I was the one that you wanted to spend your life with and have a baby? Because the way this man just nonchalantly said yes to having a baby was kind of like surprising. I knew you wanted to be a father, but I didn't expect it for you to be like, okay, let's do it tonight. Like, let's do it right now.
I met your parents already, I met your dad, met your mom.
Yeah.
And I got along with your dad well. So it's like, I kind of see your dad, he explained like how he raised you. You care a lot about specific things. Like I remember we got in a big fight because our dog, Bijou, I like wanted to put him in a big dog park. And you like got in a full fight with me because you were like, no, he's my baby. Like you were like so protective of like Bijou.
I'm really that dog mom. I was like,
now it's like Bijou, I'll put him in the park, you're like, whatever.
Yeah.
But like, just how protective you were with him. And then like I seen your family, I seen how kind of like you were good. I was like, all right.
Okay.
You're a good mother. You have traits that would make you a good mother, but you also like genetically we would have a
Okay, I'm not
baby.
adding that in there.
We have a pretty baby. Put it in there. Another good quality is like you're a good person. So like you would always do the right thing. You wouldn't do any like sketchy stuff or weird stuff. That's like the number one trait you look for. Are they a good person?
Yeah, that's true.
You know? Because people always say like, oh, I love when people have the same music taste or like the same movies. And it's like, that's cool, but if they're a shitty person, it's not going to be good.
True.
It's like, we don't like the same movies. We don't necessarily even have the same music taste all the time.
We had a blast watching the movie yesterday.
Yeah.
So what are you talking about?
But I like other movies like that. Like you're not really into like that stuff, but you're a good person. That's why it works out. I think that's the most important part when it comes to a partner. It's like, are they a good person?
You guys, we did it very untraditionally. Like I went and asked him, hey, do you want to have a baby? And we weren't even married, okay? So that was definitely risky in my part. And I just trusted that he was going to marry me when we decided. Why didn't you just leave me as a baby mama?
Because then, like, I think if you do that, there's like no commitment either on my side. If you're just a baby mama, then it's like there's no commitment to you, to our child. Like, if we have a baby, I'm making the commitment to stay with you and my baby forever. I'm not gonna be a deadbeat dad.
Yeah.
You know, so like, I would much rather do that and be married than have like, oh yeah, you're my baby mama, you know?
Yeah, like let's say a girl wants to get married, have a family, but the guy's like, oh, I'm not ready.
Because they don't want to be stuck supporting that girl forever. They think they can do better.
Oh, so you think the guys that say, oh, I'm not ready is because they either feel like deep down they can do better.
Or they're not financially responsible. Like they don't want the responsibility of like financially raising a kid. They're living check to check, or they can barely take care of themselves. Because then it's unfair to the kid too, because then you bring a kid into the world. I know because I was like a product of that. Like my mom struggled to afford all this stuff.
Yeah, so some people who say they're not ready to be married, have kids because they're not in the financial position. Being married, do you think a guy has to be financially ready to be married, or can they both just figure out?
He doesn't have to be financially ready, but also at the same time, it's a big decision.
I do want to touch on like the pressure of providing for a family. And although sometimes I vent to you about my struggles being a stay-at-home mom, because it is a lot, it's still very hard. I sometimes stop and I think about like how it would be to be in your shoes, making sure that like you can maintain this lifestyle for us and provide for us. Like that is a lot. And I don't know, I don't feel like people talk about that enough. Like what is the pressure like of being like a providing husband?
It's a good question. I think a lot of guys will get angry from frustration when they see another man providing for their family. I think it's one of the best feelings in the world, and when you have it, it's like you have peace in your life also. Like there is pressure obviously because, you know, bills and stuff, but at the same time, pressure is a privilege. You don't really get to have that like amazing feeling unless you take on like a difficult challenge. This is what I would say. As a guy, you're expected to provide for your entire family for their entire life, that's a lot of pressure. But at the same time, like the reward you get from that, it's like proportional. Like you feel so good when you're able to do something. I like it because I like the feeling of being able to do it. and it just makes me happier. It makes me feel fulfilled. Happy is the
Yeah,
wrong word.
it's like-
Fulfilled is the correct word.
It's like you feel like you're like doing like God's work.
That's what it is.
You know, I think that's beautiful because there's some men, like you said in the beginning, that they almost like feel resentment towards the wife or the family that they have to provide.
I think they're doing that because they think it's like everything should be equal in that sense. So they say like, oh, well, if I'm gonna do this, you're gonna provide this much money as well. But it's like you do something completely different than me.
Yeah.
You know, that's why I'm like grateful for you, because when I see you with Amina and how you take care of her, I'm like, damn, that's a mission, it's a struggle. Even at night, like she'll be crying and stuff, and like you'll take care of her, you know. So like when I'm working, you're the one that's doing all the stuff with her. So you take care of her in the same way I take care of my stuff, and we meet in the middle. For example, if you were making me take care of Amina and provide, I would have resentment because it's like,
because then I'm just out here like floating through life and being like, woo. Yeah.
So, or vice versa. Like imagine if I didn't work and I was just on the couch doing nothing all day, and you're paying the bills for everything, and you're doing all stuff with me.
Being the mom.
You'd have resentment towards me.
Yeah.
So I think as long as we kind of like do our thing, and I'm not saying everybody has to do this. Obviously, everyone has different. Like everyone's different. Everyone can have a different position. I think for us, this works because
I knew that me and him had similar views when we first decided to like start a family. That I believe a man should work and provide, and I believe that a mom should stay home and take care of the family. That was both of our beliefs. But what happens if I change my belief?
All right.
I'm curious to how you would react, because I knew...
I wouldn't react weird. This is what I would say about it. And this, I don't know how people are going to respond to this. You can put this out.
I'm asking this because I know it's a little controversial, but I'm like curious to know.
This is how I would do it. If you want your own career, I would say it's fine. If it's really what's going to make you happy. But then obviously someone has to take care of Amina. So it would be your job to then find someone, whether it's hiring a nanny to do your job for you, that part of your job.
Yeah.
And then the way I look at it is Amina grows up in life and she's one of those kids that's raised by nannies. And I feel like as a kid, right, if you say, oh, my dad was always working and my mom did a great job, she always took care of me, it's kind of like, you can respect it for that. Like as a kid, you respect your dad for like working super hard to take care of you. You respect your mom for sacrificing sleep and countless hours to take care of the house and make sure you had a good childhood. If both parents are working, then it's kind of like you have two dads, you know? And the kid goes, yeah, my dad took care of it. My dad made more than enough, but my mom just wanted to work. She didn't want to hang out with me. That's like the way a kid views it.
The reality, though, is a lot of women have to go to work, but I know that
I understand, but if it's not your choice,
I understand.
If it's not your choice, then it's like you have to do it because you have to, because you have a family to take care of.
Yes.
But if you had a choice,
and you chose
that, it's weird to me.
And you know what? I'm not even like mad at him for saying that, because I understand. I think also in today's society, it's like way much more normalized for women to want to put their careers first. So that's why a lot of women are going to be
I see so many memes that are viral though. Girls are like, why did we vote for this?
No, yeah, because there's a lot of women that agree, like, I don't want this.
That's crazy.
But I think as a woman, we definitely have the pressure on, like, we have to stay home, and if we don't, we're not like good. We're not gonna be good moms. You guys get the privilege of having the satisfaction of being a dad at home, but then when you go outside to work and have a career and a life of your own, you guys are also glorified for that.
But okay, I think the only reason you say that though is because you see, I have a career that I enjoy. Most guys, like if I'm working on the oil rig, if I'm like working in the coal mine, I don't know if people still work in coal mines, but if I'm working a job like that and I hate it, if I'm working like in construction, I'm in the sun all day and I hate it, and then I come home and I see you've been in here all day, like you might be stressed, but I'm also stressed. I think you say that because you see me and I have a job that I'm passionate about.
Yeah, like he has his own business and you like have this mission that you created for yourself and you're like able to really make your dreams come true, and it's like beautiful to see. It's just I feel like maybe some other woman that would be in my position would be like, maybe I also want to have my mission of my own and create this beautiful career. Why do you get to do that and I have to be at home with the kids? Why can't you also just be home?
It's all fun and games until you actually do it though. I make my business look fun because no one else sees like
the struggle
I went through to do it. Any guy could do my business, how come they don't? You know?
Yeah.
It look fun, but it's not really that, like it is fun, but it is not that fun.
Yeah, you'd be having fun.
I'd be stressed out.
No, like, can I just say, like, sometimes what kind of pisses me off, sometimes I call him thinking like he's gonna pick up, he's gonna be in the office like working. I see him like playing ping pong, or he's out here freaking having hookah in his office, and I'm just like,
I have a hookah lounge in my office.
No, but it's like sometimes I feel like being a stay-at-home mom, it's a non-stop job, and with you, you get to choose when you get your breaks. I don't get to choose.
You know, I
when
started my
breaks.
business 7 years ago, right? You think I had a ping pong? You think I had a big office with a ping pong table and a hookah lounge when I started my business? I was in a little, tiny, shitty apartment, fighting for my life, trying to like pay bills, trying to make ends meet.
Yeah.
Getting rejected, being judged by everybody. So it's like you're in that era of your mom journey right now. Because when she's like 5 or 6 and she goes to school, you're gonna have the entire day to yourself.
True. And I love that you say that, because in the moment, like it may feel like unfair sometimes. I'm like literally barely getting sleep, and I look over, he's like having like good sleep. He can go and like choose how he does his day.
I struggled already to be able to be in a position where I'm at now, where I can provide easier. I'm not like under the stress of providing all the time, and I can do something I enjoy and love and still have fun with.
As being a stay-at-home mom, sometimes we have to also see the bigger picture. When my kids go to school, I'm gonna have so much time in my hands, and he's still gonna be working.
Yup.
So ChatGPT asked me some questions.
Yes.
And I want you to answer them, okay? Do you ever miss your single life? These are gonna be like very quick answered questions, and we're just gonna move past these.
Do I miss my freedom for some parts. Single life, not really.
Not really?
Not single life, like
what is not really? It's either no or yes.
Pre-baby life was a better, not single, but pre-baby life.
You miss your pre-baby life?
When we could go do shit.
Yeah.
Like whenever we wanted. Like, you wanna go do this? Yeah.
Yeah,
You
like
know,
we
that
could go
was nice.
travel and we could just do whatever.
Like, remember the one time we were like, Bahamas tomorrow? You're like, okay, and we went.
Yeah.
Like, I miss that.
I miss it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Good
single life,
times.
not really. But that.
Not
like,
really.
freedom.
I don't like when men say that.
Not really means
Not
no.
really. Then say no. Say no with your
Elements,
chest.
Though, I like being able to just go somewhere and like the second, like, I'm gonna do this today.
But single life?
Single life, that's part of single life.
No.
Being able to just go.
Okay.
places, you know?
Without me?
With you, without you? Like, just, for example, like, I wanna go casino. You don't wanna go casino?
Yeah, but single life. I'm talking about like being a single man in society.
No.
Question is, do you miss having bitches?
No. See, do I miss having bitches? No. That's a better question. Single life is very vague.
What's something you wish women understood about men in marriage?
If men are like providers and they're doing all that shit, they're tired all the time. I understand women are tired all the time too because you're doing the baby things, but it doesn't change the fact that I'm also tired.
Yeah.
Like, I'll be like, I'm tired. And you're like, well, you know what I have to do today? And like, you try to like one up me. I'm like, I didn't like, I don't go to you. I'm not like, yo, I'm more tired than you. I don't say that. I just say I'm tired. I'm like, yo, I'm tired.
You know what? It turns into a competition. I'm like, oh, you tired? Well, guess this is what I did, and this and this and that and this.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's not a competition. I feel like,
It's not.
yeah.
So I'm not like, I never said you weren't tired. I'm not like, I just be like, I'm tired.
Yeah. Okay. Men are tired.
Tired.
Just because we're tired, ladies, doesn't mean our husbands are not tired. Okay. Have you ever felt like walking away?
No.
Okay.
No.
Thank God. Okay. What's been the hardest part to being married to me? I nag.
No, you don't nag. You just, like, and little things will just set you off. Like, I answered her question in a way she didn't like it, and she just went on the whole like, "This is my video. I'm directing it." Oh, you were
Hold
Amina.
on. Let's cut.
If you're gonna have this conversation, let's have a
because it doesn't
conversation.
make sense.
Question, my love.
I'm going to ask
Yes.
about the man's perspective later. Can we just get to the woman's perspective first?
Why don't you? You're the woman. I'm not a woman. Question there's no answer
This
to.
is my YouTube.
It's a
Can
pointed.
you
It's a
just
pointed
please
question.
answer?
It's not that deep. I promise you. It's the hardest part.
I'm gonna ask you 3 more questions and then we end this video because I feel like our social battery is dying.
Okay, go.
So, how did Amina change you?
She made me softer. Like, now I feel like before I don't know what it is with guys. Like, I'll see another person's kid, I'm kind of like, who cares? Now as a father, when I see another person's kid, I'm kind of like, oh, cute. How old are they? Like, before I didn't care at all. I would see a kid, I'd be like, cool, whatever. Like a baby, whatever. Now that I have a baby and I've seen like a baby grow and I see how their mind expands and I see like little kid behaviors. Like I have guys that work for me. They're way younger, like 10 years younger. They're 20, 21 years old. But they're kids. Like, they'll do stuff Amina does, which is crazy to me because these are grown men, but they'll do little things like that she'll do.
It's like you're starting to see life in the perspective of a child.
Yeah, like I see like how a kid would act, and I see it in other people.
Cute.
So yeah, that's one thing I noticed as a father that changed a lot.
Okay, how many kids do you want? Ooh,
10.
I touched your mic. How many kids do you want?
10.
He always says he wants 10 kids, and I always think he's joking, and I hope he is because there's no way this is giving you 10 kids.
10.
So what would you do if I say I don't want 10 kids?
5.
He's gonna negotiate. Okay,
Five.
if I say 4, I can give you 3 more kids, and that's it. You good with that?
We'll see.
By the end of the day, it's gonna be my choice,
Okay.
y'all. He can't force
Imagine
me.
this.
It's my choice.
You have one. You have one Amina right now. Think about how much you love her. Imagine having 10.
Stress. I love Amina so much, but I'll be literally
But she'll be
stressed.
older-ish. She can help you.
But it's like I will have no breaks ever. Ever. 10 years of nonstop, no sleep.
It'll be fine. You'll learn to love it.
Anyways, our social battery is dying. Thank you so much for joining me on this video today. Hopefully you had fun.
Okay.
Wait. Wow, this man is ready to get out of this chair right now. We're tired. But definitely, you coming back on my YouTube, right?
Sure.
Yeah, I kind of like these conversations. I get to hang out with you. We get to talk. Okay, thank you so much. Bye-bye. Thank you. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this candid conversation with my husband, and I will see you guys next week for another video. Thank you so much for watching. Love you.